You've heard me lean towards this over the last couple of weeks when we did talk about the Philadelphia 76ers. I am personally hurt, as I know everybody is by this season. Now, when I think back at disappointing seasons in Philadelphia sports history, this is right up there. And it's right up there because it was mismanaged. And also because I don't think a star player, took very much personal responsibility for the team. Now, let me explain. The Sixers and the Embiid situation has been a disaster all year. It has led to this team having a terribly disappointing season, which to me is offensive to a loyal fan base. And that's the thing I care about here. It is offensive to a loyal fan base to drag this fan base along for an entire season as they fiddle-faddle with a roster and trying to manage injured players' limbs. First of all, do we even know what exactly is wrong with Embiid's knee? And why don't we? Can the Sixers please explain what is wrong with the knee? Why it is swelling? Why it can be fixed or can't be fixed? Can we get information about it instead of being left in limbo? What exactly is wrong with this knee? If there was something wrong with this knee, why did he not have personal responsibility to get it taken care of or to rest it or to rehab it after last season when he was trying to recover from meniscus surgery? Why was he selfish enough to have to play for the Olympics? And don't give me, Mike, you can't keep him from playing for the Olympics. I can say that for two reasons. Number one, he was hurt. He has more of a responsibility to his team, which just wanted to sign him to a long-term extension. Secondly, I know you want to play in the Olympics. And if you wanted to play for Cameroon, I could see it. If you wanted to play for your own country, I could see it. I'm watching this thing on Netflix right now on how teams are so dedicated to their home countries. Well, Mike, he's a citizen. Come on, man. Come on, man. He had to play for Team USA. Thirdly, the Sixers' decision to extend with all this uncertainty by telling you, well, we're confident and our medical staff is confident enough where we think we can manage this situation through an entire season so we'll be ready for the playoffs. A blatant hoodwink to the fan base. This is the biggest example of a flim-flam job on a sports community that I've ever seen. And here we sit now with, well, maybe we're going to have to shut him down for the rest of the season. After you dangled the hope and possibility that the Sixers would be viable by playoff time. And this is why, when I said last week, when I see people down at that arena cheering them on, I resent it because they don't deserve that. They don't deserve your enthusiasm to go down there and cheer for a victory against the frickin' Brooklyn Nets. All right, I've said my piece. Good morning, Bill. Glad to see you.
Good to see you too, brother. Welcome back. And I got to give you credit, man. You have been spot on with this entire 76ers team, upper management from the beginning. This has to be one of the most disappointing seasons that I can remember in recent memory across all four sports because the excitement level was at an all-time high for a lot of people. I know you didn't love a lot of the signings, but most people were excited coming into this year. You finally got that big three. You got the two-way wing in Paul George. You went out, you signed him. We were all so excited about it. This had championship expectations, that this team had a real shot to compete. This team is terrible, Mike, and they've been terrible from the start of the season, and I get your frustration with Joel Embiid. I'm more frustrated with the 76ers because they made the decision to give Joel Embiid the 4-year, $248 million that he's owed over the next 4 seasons. They made the decision to give Paul George $162 million that he's owed over the next 3 seasons. Because not only is this season a major disappointment, is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Like, I'm not even sure there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I think this team may not be competitive again until the next decade of 2030. That's what we could be looking at. So my frustration's at the Sixers. I get it. There's a frustration level with Joel. He probably shouldn't have came back last year, Mike. I know you're frustrated about the Olympics. He probably should not have come back after the surgery and tried to play in the series against the Knicks. And then he compounded that by playing in the Olympics. They should have shut him down last year. They have to shut him down right now. Let's at least get the top 6 protected pick here. Because if they don't shut him down, and I would say shut down George, shut down Maxey, at least get your first-round draft pick so we could salvage something of a disastrous season. It's just a very frustrating situation. Coming off the high of the Eagles to now have to deal with this crap.
Here is the overall underlying question for the people that are listening here. Members of the fan base. Members of the contingent that actually pays money to get on and see this team. Are you still in on Joel Embiid? I mean, you can say what you want about his injury and this and that and his contract and the whole bit. Has he lost you? As a fan, has this guy lost you? Because I got news for you. He's lost me. He has totally lost me. I am tired of him saying he's the one who had to suggest last year. It's always, well, it's me with this guy. I'm not appreciated in this town for all I've done. Fact of the matter is he really hasn't done that much. Yeah, he's been an excellent player that has led to nowhere. So I'm totally out on the guy because he had a personal responsibility to this franchise this summer not to do what he did. And he kicked away an entire season with the other guy who came here to steal money, frankly, and here they are now. And it's sickening. It is sickening, really. As a consumer and as a fan of this franchise for a long period of time, you should be ashamed of this, the way they've handled this whole thing. It has been mismanagement to the T. And if Daryl Morey disagrees with any of this and he wants to counter any of these arguments I made, hey, I'm wide open, brother. You could come on this show anytime. In fact, if you want to come on at 8 o'clock at night, I'll leave my house to come on and do the show.
You know, Mike, when you say are you done with Joel? I am, because I don't think he's ever going to get back to the dominant player that he was. But I also have a hard time with the over-the-top anger towards Joel Embiid. I get it. I know that in the beginning of his career, he didn't do a great job of taking care of himself. I get it. He didn't eat right. His conditioning wasn't
you're still
good.
in. You're still in.
I'm not in on him.
Still in.
No, I would be. If they could move on from him, I would. But I also don't want to ignore that the guy won the MVP 2 years ago. I mean, the guy was a dominant force in the NBA for probably 5 straight seasons. And really, last season, I have to give Joel credit. He should not have come back, but he did. So he did try to battle through the injury last year. He wasn't the reason that you lost to the Knicks in that playoff series. Joel performed very well.
Does personal responsibility stop there?
Well, I think some of it is bad luck.
Does it stop there? I'm asking you a question. Does the personal responsibility stop because he came back to play last year after meniscus surgery?
Well, I guess the personal responsibility, he should not have played in the Olympics. In hindsight, now you're right.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about personal responsibility. And I'm talking if you don't have it and you're not loyal to your franchise and therefore your fan base, then how can you still be in?
But when you say he's not loyal, you're saying because he played in the Olympics?
Yes. Yes, and also because his workout regimen after the Olympics, from what I've been told, was lackluster. You've got personal responsibility for your team, your season, your city, your franchise.
Yeah, the Olympics is hard. The Olympics is hard to argue.
I'm done with it. 610-632-0975 is how you come in to the Mike Missanelli Show, either by text or by phone call. We are doing an analysis today of songs. We have had Sirianni Love remixed by professionals. And apparently, that's not the version that's going viral. Some suicide song is going around viral because some woman did some retake to the Cranberry Zombie, which makes you want to have somebody hit you over the head with a sledgehammer.
No,
the Mike Missanelli Show.
It's not that bad, but it's no Sirianni Love.
The Fanatic. We're back after this.
Hey everybody, it's Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you can engage during the show, and you're not going to want to miss all the content that we post. It's not only the live videos, it's videos after the fact. It's our shorts. It's all the content you want as a Philadelphia sports fan. Looking forward to connecting.